y'all? Let's welcome you guys to the channel. It's your boy Big Dog back with another one take review. Today we got one from My Hero Academia Season 4, Episode 14 or Episode 77, whichever one you prefer. This is like the fall off from last episode exact, but I thought this was gonna be like more of a real like declining, not declining in like quality, but like declining as in like it was gonna be more chill. But they still had a lot of things to actually go down. One of the things we actually saw last week, but that we didn't see last week, but after Deku punched Overhaul, he later grabbed him and threw him to the ground to like minimize damage, which is shows you like the growth of Deku as a hero. He's starting to take everything into account. He's starting to think better, starting to think quicker. You know what I'm saying? He's doing that. But one of the other things I think I was very interested about this episode is the fact that we saw the Eraserhead was still caught by Kureno, and we saw what he needed to use to activate his quirk. And Amajiki came in and stopped him, you know what I'm saying, nailed him in his arm, and then saved Mr. Aizawa. Saving him especially helped the situation because Deku still has Eri on his back. And he's pretty much like tired. He's using one for all at 100%. But Eri powers continues to get stronger and she can't control it. So if it would have continued to go, Deku was pretty much going to be wiped away from existence altogether. But the fact that they had Mr. Eraserhead there, he was able to nullify a quirk, which I thought was genius, right? You know what I'm saying, on their behalf. I didn't actually think this was going to be the end of the Shie Saikai arc, but apparently it is, and the reason I said that is because how good of a villain Overhaul was. The guy is probably one of my favorite villains, if not my favorite villain so far in the entire series. And it's just about how the way the guy moved. The guy was like calculated and he actually kind of sympathetic. But from what I heard from on Twitter and a couple of manga readers, that they didn't show the full backstory to let you know, to make him even a more sympathetic character, why he did the things he did. If you guys can, let me know what chapters those are, where they get more into like his backstory and into like details about that. Let me know so I can go read those chapters, because I actually read some of these chapters for that occurred for this episode, because I saw some things, some way they switched the words, which is fine because I think they're compressing more chapters into like episodes, like instead of dragging out one chapter and with extra stuff and making it filler, or like filler canon, they like, hey, we're gonna compress some of the stuff and just saying to give you like the meat of it, you know? And I like that, you know what I'm saying? For the manga readers, they might not, but you know what I'm saying, for anime only watchers, it's like, hey, we have to nail this many episode. We're trying to cover this much material in this many episodes, so of course some little small details and stuff gonna be left out. But for the people who, for me, for myself, it's like, hey, I can just go back and read the manga after, you know what I'm saying, after go back and read these manga chapters that have been covered in anime after. Nonetheless, so I'm one of my favorite parts that I think pretty much established, even though like I said, I really dug Overhaul's character and I thought like, hey, this guy had more potential, this guy could have done more. This episode seemed to establish like just exactly like, no, don't forget who the real villains are, because when the scene where they transport Overhaul to the hospital and you see compressed Dabi and Shigaraki all just sitting in the back of that truck, and the way they attack and had the Sandman that they would fight, it was just hilarious. Well, hilarious in the sense of like, oh my God, we just a few episodes, just literally last episode, and all this time we've been thinking about how much Overhaul is and how strong he is, and like these guys are so smooth with it, and the way the way they attack, the way they work together, everything was calculated, and I think it establishes Shigaraki as like a much better main guy, you know what I'm saying, main antagonist, because he always had this like frantic feel to him, like he was just never in control until like this episode. He was able to show that while being more of a boss, because I'm really a fan of Dabi. I can't wait to see more from that character. But when Shigaraki attacks Sandman and then Dabi attacks and then they use compress on him, and I was like, I was like, why do they think he's dead? Because once they compressed him, they not only did they compress him, they compressed some of the fire that was around him. And says only the top part of him can turn into sand. The rest of him probably burnt, meaning he's probably going to die. Not only that, you have them standing over Overhaul, and this is where it gets really real, because Overhaul's thinking like, "What, you gonna kill me?" She's like, "Nah, I really don't like you. Like, I hate you." Like, to the point I had to think about what's going to hurt you the most. It wasn't just about like revenge and I want to kill you. No, I want you to feel, I want you to suffer for the rest of your life, knowing that I'm the person you put in all this work, thinking of the Yakuza or something, but no, the villains was taking over the world now. One, Compressed takes his left arm. Shigaraki then takes his right arm. If we know he can't do anything without his arms, his quirk requires him to touch something. So now he's technically quirkless, which is ironic because it's what he was trying to do to everybody else. But it's just like the way the League of Villains, that whole scene where like Shigaraki standing over and laughing, sick first of all, but it's super cool and establishes Shigaraki as a much cooler character than I think he was beforehand. Uh, and then when walking off, it's just like, yo, the League of Villains. Don't forget. I think it's kind of like the whole, we had the Lemillion episode and everybody's like, man, Lemillion is that guy. You know what I'm saying? Why can he be like, you know what I'm saying, the main character? And then you had the episode with Deku last week. It's like, no, this is the main guy. Don't forget. And I think that's the same thing with this. Is we had this great stuff with Overhaul, but like, hey, don't forget. These are the guys, you know, and I really appreciated that about the episode. Another thing about the episode I really appreciate is like, hey, the stakes are real. This is not a joke. This is not a game. What goes down? Ain't no Dragon Ball to bring nobody back. Ain't no reincarnation jutsus. Certain Nighteye dies, and I'm looking at the last episode. I'm like, I'm sorry that much as I think we all wanted him to live, there's no way he can. Like, did you see the hole in this guy's chest? Like, and now we covering that. We haven't even covered the fact that like we ain't talked about nothing about that Muriel lost his quirk. But I think Muriel is definitely going to be a great hero. But when they showed like Nighteye using his power on, we didn't see anything. So I'm kind of wondering exactly what's going on with that. Or is I think that's just something they did, or why would they do that if they weren't going to show us what's going on? Very unique choice that they made in the show. Pretty sure they did an anime too. I got to go back and read just to see establish for myself just exactly if that's exactly what happened. But the fact that him getting back with All Might and them rekindling, you know what I'm saying, their friendship right before he dies, it's like it's a great time to. This was a phenomenal arc. Like this arc had come some of the best moments of the anime so far. You know what I'm saying? So, and the fact that the losses were real, I think was like Muriel lost his quirk. Nighteye lost his life. Like, and the fact that this episode ends with them saying, I think it's like the preview for next episode. It said this was the calm before the storm. Listen, I know some of y'all out there watching this manga readers. Tell me, just keep it a buck with your boy. How much better can it possibly get? Okay, just don't spoil anything for me. Just let me know. Does it really get better? Does it really get, the stakes really get that much higher? Does it really get worse than what we just saw happen? The fact that now Shigaraki has the ability to end people's quirk. He has 4 of them, and I'm pretty sure he's gonna use those 4 well. He has those, and he has the blue box. I thought the blue box was actually, is that the part that heals or reverses the quirk, or is the blue box like the just, you know, the part that they dangled out there that like, hey, use the quirk for like 2 days or so, or a couple hours or so. I don't know exactly, but insane episode. I definitely thought after the high we was on last week, we were just going like, hey, break it all the way down. But that's definitely not what happened. I think we've hit a stride now, and I don't know what to like. it's top 3. This show is our top 3 all time for me. Okay, I just can't deny it anymore. It's top 3. It's insane. I was gonna do a reaction to it, but I did a group watch with a few friends, so wasn't able to. But I will start back reacting to it because apparently you guys liked the last one. I got like 117 likes and no dislikes, so shout out to y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm gonna actually make it a thing. But also, I know that video that I did last week, I'm not going to be able to keep up because copyright and like a lot of, when people do like reactions to like anime, they usually have to like blur or make the video transparent or put a line through, and I didn't do that in my video, so I don't really want to get a copyright strike. So it's going to be up for a little bit longer, but I'm eventually have to take it down before, you know what I'm saying? I know my channel's not big enough, so it's not really noticing, especially with all the other people reacting to the show. Eventually, I will have to take that video down before I get, you know what I'm saying, it makes it way to Funimation or whoever and get, I guess, a copyright strike for it. But I will start doing them, and I'm gonna have to learn how to make the videos transparent because I do all my stuff on my phone, and so I have to find me like a second app to where I can make my videos transparent, or I just have to find a way to put a line. I'm pretty sure I can put a line through the videos or something. Nonetheless, I get it right, so I can start reacting to more of these shows because as y'all saw last week, I get pretty excited. If you haven't seen the one from last week, go check it out. It's pretty fun. You guys let me know what you thought about the episode down in the comments. Hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and I'll catch up with you guys later. Peace.